Hi there, it's me, Paula Weston, your favorite English teacher of the semester. I'm recording this to help you navigate the internet to find good information, good sources, credible sources for your annotated bibliography, right? First, though, let's review the kinds of sources that you need for your annotated bibliography. These are the instructions. They're available in several different places for you on Blackboard. They are available, well, yeah, several different places. So they are available for you in the week 11, March 23rd through March 29th, weekly instructions. They're available for you in the week 12 weekly instructions, and they're also available for you under essays and research project under annotated bibliography all through Blackboard. And so your topic, of course, is something that contributes positively to your well-being, right? And you have several different kinds of sources to find. You have 5 sources total, credible sources total to find, several different kinds of sources though. You have one here that is one source that has to be from a researched article from a peer-reviewed academic journal. I've already posted a video about how to find that. You've got 2 additional sources through the Mott Library databases. I've posted a video about helping you find those as well. You need one source that is an article from a website that is not a news outlet and is not designed to sell you something. And ideally, it will come from a .org, .edu, or .gov website. No blogs can be used. And then you've got one more source to find, however you want to find it, right? So I'm going to go to Google because I like Google Chrome, and I'm going to try to show you how to find information there. Oh, I've got my computer set up to bring up the web page that I write for, US College Hockey Online, but we'll go to Google. Whenever I open Chrome, that's what it does. Okay, so here I am, Google Chrome, and as you know, I am typing in, these are all the things that I have looked at recently in Google Chrome: dogs, rescue dogs, cats, the Flushing City Council resigned, the Brothers Landreth, which is a, a duo from Canada that blues that I found, stovetop cast iron Dutch oven pizza, which might be for dinner, and Boston coronavirus because my sister lives in Boston. So thank you, Google, for that. Perhaps I should have removed those, but okay, I'm going to look up the ukulele. Ukulele, right? So what comes up usually when you pull up a topic is because I'm looking for something that is for sale sometimes. At the top across here, you've got several ukuleles that you can purchase and the places that you can purchase them from. Over here on the right, and this is what Google Chrome usually does, is has the Wikipedia entry. Is that what this is? Yes, this is the Wikipedia entry, which sort of defines and gives a history of the ukulele. We've got some videos here, how to play the ukulele in 5 minutes. I've been practicing since January. I can strum some chords, but I wouldn't call it playing. Um, it looks like fake news to me. There are some questions. People also ask, what is the best ukulele for a beginner? Is the ukulele easy to learn? How much does a ukulele cost? What ukulele should I get, right? Then there's some place that wants to sell me a ukulele, Guitar Center, and there's a whole bunch of stuff here, right? And so we also have 221 million results, hits for just ukulele. That's insane, right? I'm not going to go through 221 million sites to find information, right? So I'm going to look for something maybe that interests me, right? Remember, the whole point of gathering this information is to find information that will help you explain to an audience eventually why the thing that you're researching contributes to your well-being, why and how, right? So the ukulele, I'm going to do ukulele history, right? So I'm going to just, let's do that, right? So that's 53 million results, and that's still way too many. It's interesting how it comes up. You've got Get Tuned. I don't know how that is. Also, people also ask, again, the Wikipedia, uh, ukulelemag.com. I didn't know there was a magazine devoted just to the ukulele, but there's that. American History, si.edu. I don't know where that is. Athenslibrary.org. They're it's a .org. There's a whole bunch of stuff here, right? So there's still 53 million hits. I'm going to narrow that down even further by history of the ukulele, typing in this whole search term. Now, when I typed in just ukulele history, Google found everything that it could with either or both of those words, right? Maybe narrower than that because there are more than 53 million hits with history in it. But if I type in history of the ukulele right here with quotation marks around the phrase that I'm searching, then it's going to look for specifically for that phrase. So that brings up 351,000 results. Still a lot, right? But probably going to give me a lot more specific information. And I'm just going to take a scroll down here. There's Wikipedia again. I'm going to right click on Wikipedia, the ukulele page, because I'm going to go back to it in a minute. You've got the Ukulele Mag. I'm curious, as somebody who loves the ukulele now, I want to see what this magazine looks like. I don't know who this library is. Athens Regional Library. I'm guessing Athens, Georgia, maybe? I don't know. History of the ukulele. There's a ukulele festival in Hawaii. That sounds interesting, intriguing. Takelessons.com. I don't want to go there. Georgesmusic.com. I don't want to go there either. I don't know who George is. Maybe a very nice fellow. I don't really care. Musicianauthority.com. These sound like people's personal web pages, right? So I'm going to look just at the birth of the ukulele. This is, oh, something crashed over here. This is Ukulele Magazine, and it's considered part of the popular press. There's an article here from May of 2015, and it looks like it has a decent overview of the history of the ukulele. It has a couple of links here, which tells me that there is maybe some research that I can look at that the author looked at. It's got a very nice little photo of a ukulele there. It's very pretty. It looks pretty substantial. It doesn't seem to have, it's got some broken photo links. It doesn't seem to have much by way of the source material. It tells me here that Sandor Lansky is an avid ukulele collector and woodworking expert residing in Santa Cruz, California. It doesn't really tell me much either, but sometimes an author doesn't have to be an obvious expert to provide good information. It is in a magazine that is devoted to the ukulele, and you can even subscribe to it, right? If I go down to the bottom of this page, it's got subscription services, sign up for free newsletter, Meet Team Ukulele, which will probably tell me more about the people that run the magazine, which is not a bad thing to do. I'm going to click on that. Meet Team Ukulele. This is the editor. Oh my goodness, they look festive, don't they? Look at her. Ooh, she really buys into it. This is the team behind ukulele, and we're working with you in mind. We're here to bring the community together and reflect the spirit of the ukulele. Ukulele Magazine, joyful, quirky, irresistibly cheeky. This looks really interesting. It looks, it's a magazine, and it looks reputable in that sense. So I'm going to take the URL here, the birth of the magazine, and I'm going to go to the notes page that I've already started, right? This is where we've got, this is an article from a peer-reviewed scholarly journal. Here's another one. This one's from another magazine. These three were found through the Mott Library databases. I want to just park this here for now so that when I feel like I have time to go back and look at this particular source to evaluate whether or not it's going to be useful to me, that I can find it, right? So I'm just going to copy and paste the URL. That's okay. It's not a .gov, it's not a .org, and it's not a .edu though, so it doesn't really fulfill that part of the assignment for the annotated bibliography. So I'm going to go back to Chrome. I'm going to look at, where was this from? Ukulele Festival Hawaii.org. right? So this is clearly a ukulele festival. It says about us. Um, it's a nonprofit organization, uh, charitable organization established in 2004. It's got a board of directors. I am not sure that it's going to give me much more information other than that the festival exists and about the festival. I'm going to copy and paste that into my annotated bibliography notes page because I might want to go back and look at it and see if it's got any more information, but it doesn't really have what I'm looking for, right? So I'm going to go back here to, so I do want something on the history of the ukulele. I'd hope to find that. But I'm going to go back here and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do ukulele, ukulele, and I'm going to hit .org and see what comes up. Yes, no, I don't mean ukulele.org. That's not what I had intended. But apparently, there's a Ukulele Hall of Fame, and they own the URL, the site name ukulele.org. I'm definitely going to right click on that. So, okay, you've got over here, it tells you there's a ukulele journal. You can join. There's videos, download, mystery. I don't know what that is. Inductees to the Ukulele Hall of Fame, which is pretty exciting, I guess. It tells us that if I pull this up out of the way here, it tells us the Ukulele Hall of Fame Museum was founded in 1996. I don't know if it's got a reference desk. It's got a journal. So I'm going to click this. This is interesting to me. Now we're talking. So this, so this looks like this Ukulele Hall of Fame. I don't know where they are. I'm gonna go back home again. It's got a reference desk, how to join downloads. I'm gonna look at contact us to see where they are. It just says, it doesn't say where they are. The board of directors, it's got people. That doesn't tell me anything either, does it? It doesn't say anything. I'm gonna Google them. Ukulele. I'm gonna Google where is the Ukulele Hall of Fame located, and it tells me nothing. So, Ukulele Hall of Fame street address. I want to find out where it is. Nothing. I'm guessing it might be in Hawaii. I don't know. Um, I find that a little disconcerting. Like I don't know where it is, and that's kind of problematic to me. But it does have a journal, and so on this webpage, we will present the Journal of the Ukulele Hall of Fame. The journal will present both old and new articles, and here are some available articles. Ukulele Ladies, exploring some early ukulele method books and the women who authored them. Singing Senators and Ukulele Hitters, the Ukulele Baseball Connection, and Unusual Ukuleles, Echo Ukes and the Echo Device. Well, this article about early women in ukulele, it looks really interesting to me. It looks, I didn't realize that there were so many women that were perhaps involved in the early days of ukulele, making the ukulele popular, right? And if I'm looking through this, there are some footnotes here. I don't know if he's got his references at the bottom. Hard to tell. He does. He's got some references at the bottom. So I know that this is researched. Again, I don't know where the actual Hall of Fame is, and that's a little concerning. I'm going to look that up later. But I'm going to copy this one and put the URL into this and put this here. Oh, not so sure about that. I'm going to go back to the ukulele org. You've got a whole bunch of stuff here. So there's obviously ukulele.org, the San Jose Ukulele Club and Orchestra based in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Ukeeducation.org. This is interesting. Ukulele educational materials for musicians. Ukulele lessons, Ukeability, Know Your Uke, Ukulele for Kids, ukuleleparty.org. The best way, it says, this is a good way to have fun with your ukulele. I don't know about that. I was kind of hoping maybe to find something more specific to like maybe a professional organization for ukulele historians or something. I don't know. But I did find a .org. I'm also going to look for other kinds of things. Oh, I want to go back to Wikipedia. I'm sorry about that. So you've probably had instructors tell you, don't use Wikipedia as a source, and you can't cite Wikipedia, like use it as a source where you cite it in your annotated bibliography and your essay 3 or any academic research for that matter. But Wikipedia does have its uses. For the most part, Wikipedia is pretty well researched. And if you go to a Wikipedia page about any subject, you're going to have this contents, which is really good. And then at the end, if you click down at the end, you're going to have references. And this is where Wikipedia really is something that can help you out in your research, because all of these are sources. And some of these are sources that are actual from scholarly journals. Some of them are research-based. A lot of them are more than just, say here, ukulele, the Merriam-Webster dictionary, right? And also the Oxford English. Some of them are actually articles and not just things that define. So I'm going to click on one too. There's one here. Where did I just see it? Maybe. Maybe I won't. Ukulele Dutara style tuning, modem noise, fluid genres, popular music in Indonesia. I mean, these look like really interesting places where I can explore more about the ukulele. I don't know who this guy is, Jim Beloff. I'm going to click on this though. Mighty Uke, The Amazing Comeback of a Musical Underdog is a documentary film about the ukulele. So I'm going to click on that and see where it takes me to another Wikipedia page. If I can find this online, this might be a pretty good resource to use. So I'm going to do this, the Mighty Uke. It's available on iTunes. I actually have Amazon Prime Video, so I might be able to watch it there. You can, and here from NPR is a story about the documentary from 2010. This is a story about a film rather than information about the ukulele itself is not something that I would actually use as a source. But I'm going to go to Amazon, which is a very unlikely place for me to go, right? But I have a Prime membership, so I can view this. I'm lucky in that regard. I can view this particular documentary if I want to, and that would be a good source, right? Documentary films are good sources. Okay, so, but I want to find maybe another article from a .org, .edu, .gov, something that will help me out here, right? So I'm also going to do ukulele and then just .space and .edu and see. So you got, again, I go to the Athens Library and I'm going to look that one up. The Athens Library Regional System is in Georgia, Athens, Georgia. And there is a little article about the history of the ukulele. It's not very long, but it actually is fairly well referenced. So I'm going to copy that one and put it in here and take a look at it later to see if it's something I actually want to use. I'm going to go back here. American History SI, 5 things you probably didn't know about the ukulele. It's a blog. See, it says right there, blog. So I'm not going to use it because I can't. I was hoping that maybe I'd find something from an educational website, but I'm not. So, but there are other things that I can research also online. I've got a couple of good leads for .org. The Ukulele Mag is not a .org, but the HawaiiFestival.org, ukulele.org, the AthensLibrary.org. I couldn't find anything, didn't expect to find anything from .gov sources. Those are government sources. was hoping to find something maybe from a .edu, which, as you know, is an educational source like a school district or a college or university, mcc.edu. Didn't find that, but I do need another source. And I'm going to look at adults learning instruments, right? Musical instruments. And I'm just going to see what comes up, right? So this is interesting. I don't know what this is. It's an ad, but it's for a foundation, NAM Foundation. I want to right click on that and see what that is. National, what is this? What is this? NAM is what? Sorry. National Association of something, right? Who are you people? So maybe down here there's an about. What we do. The NAM Foundation advances active participation in music making across the lifespan by supporting scientific research, philanthropic giving, and public service programs. So I guess that's National Association of Music Makers Foundation. Perhaps. I don't know what NAM stands for. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What we do, why music matters, for educators blog, get involved, board of directors. The NAM Foundation's board of directors shares a commitment to NAM's vision of the joy of making music. Okay, that's great. I wish I knew what NAM meant. I'm having a problem with that. So we believe in music. Here we go. So about, okay. Okay, it says all kinds of things, but it doesn't tell me what NAMM stands for. I don't see it. Okay, historic timeline. Maybe that will tell me. In 1901, 52 members of the National Piano Manufacturers Association of America formed the National Association for Piano Dealers of America, a trade show. I wish I knew what it stands for. This is frustrating. About. It doesn't tell us. It says through our Circle of Benefits business model. That's frustrating. NAM reinvests the proceeds from our trade shows and membership to grow the industry through a variety of means, including charitable outreach, lobbying Congress, and international policymakers. Okay, I don't know. I think it's music manufacturers, maybe. I find this really frustrating. I'm actually kind of glad that you're seeing this or skipping through it or whatever, because it sounds, this happens often in researching, is trying to find information that sometimes you can't find what you need. And I'm going to go back to what we do. The NAM Foundation represents the generosity and philanthropy of the music products industry. Okay, so that's National Association of Music Merchants. Woohoo! I just needed to scroll down, right? So this is, okay, so the National Association of Music Merchants is a trade organization, that I know. These are people who profit, right, by making musical instruments and selling them. That's what they do. This foundation is their charitable branch, right? So lots of corporations do this, where they have a foundation as well, where they have the corporate side of things makes money, and the foundation side of things fosters interest in whatever it is that the corporate side does, right? Or something that the corporate side believes in. Sometimes corporate foundations don't have anything to do with the actual business, right? You can have a store that sells, I don't know, that sells, you could have a bakery, right? Let's just say a bakery. And that's a corporation, it's a corporate run bakery, right? And maybe what matters most to the person who runs this bakery or to the shareholders of the bakery is rescue animals. And so maybe on the side, what they do for their charitable work is work with rescue animals. They don't have to be related, but in this case it is. So you've got an organization that is actually connected to here we go, to a charitable organization that is connected to an organization that makes money. So this is an article about the benefits of learning and playing music for adults. And it's researched. I see that right here. You've got all kinds of research, cognitive benefits, in bullet point form, which is okay, social benefits and facts. But this gives me, and all of this is cited. You see, you've got here, 4 out of 5 Americans, 80% believe their music education has contributed to their level of personal fulfillment. And that's from a July 2014 Harris poll. Down here, you've got you've got something from an article from Huffington Post. You've got down here the health benefits and facts. Here's something that they cited from USA Today. You've got USA Today. You've got the College Board profiles of SAT and achievement test takers. So this is pretty well, even though this is all in bullet point form, this is pretty well organized. It's pretty well researched. And since one of the things that I want to look for is the benefits of learning and playing music for adults, like I started this when I was 55 years old, learning the ukulele, I'm going to copy and paste this one in as well. And again, I'm going to come back to these later when I have time and read them all to see if they give me the information that I need, right? Research, I know this has been really rambly, but it actually does reflect the research process. Research is messy. And the way you can make it less messy is to have a better idea of what you're looking for and how to narrow down the information that you need, right? The search parameters for the information that you need. And so using the web, right, I've got the benefits. I said, learning to play music as an adult, and it's never too late to learn an instrument. Here's National Public Radio. By the way, National Public Radio has a .org at the end of it, but it's a news outlet, so that really can't count for your non-news source. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to put that down there too, because I might want to take a look at that one, right? And I could look up anything about contributing to my well-being, right? How hobbies can reduce stress. There we go. How hobbies can reduce stress is the first thing that comes up. And you've got the government of Australia, purposeful activity hobbies, Head to Health, Shape magazine, hobbies can provide important health and stress relief. Heartmath.com, but that's a blog. I would avoid sites like Bustle, for example. Stress.org, stress management, coreproducts.com. Ad, I really do want to avoid those if I can. There's a blog, you don't want to do that. Another blog, you want to avoid that. Blog, you want to avoid that. This looks good though. This is .gov, right? Association of Enjoyable Leisure Activities with Psychological something. Let's take a look. So this is an article, and the full article is here, which is great. It is researched, which is great. And it says the Association of Enjoyable Leisure Activities with Psychological and Physical Well-Being. So there's something else that I could look at, and that is from the NCBI, which I used to know off the top of my head, and I do not know. The National, I'll look it up, NCBI, National Center for Biotechnology Information. So that looks like a good source too. And I'm going to throw that down here too, just in case I might want to come back and take a look at that later and see if it's going to help me out. So the researching, especially like doing this, is a really messy process. This has taken me less than an hour though to find these sources. Any one of these might be helpful to providing information for an audience to whom I'm trying to explain my interest in the ukulele and how it affects my well-being. So that's something to think about. A couple of these sources absolutely will fulfill the requirements for the annotated bibliography, which tells you that you need to have one source must be an article from a website that is not a news outlet and is not designed to sell you something. This article will come preferably from a .org edu or .gov website. Well, I just found a couple of those, didn't I? I found the one from the NCBI. I found the one from namfoundation.org. I found the one from the Athens Library and from the Ukulele Festival, right? And then I also need another source. I need one more reputable, credible, relevant source, and it can be found any way I like. And I found a bunch that are probably going to be useful in explaining to people what my love for the ukulele means to me, right? So I hope this is helpful. Research is messy. I know this was a particularly rambling video, and that's the way it works, and you might have actually fast forwarded through some of it. That's fine with me. I hope you get the information that you need out of it. Um, and as always, if you have any questions, post them on the discussion board forum first. If there are questions, general questions about research of the course. And then if you have specific questions about like a specific source that you have, crowdsource it there first too, and then email me and ask me if it's going to work out for you, okay? Thanks.